7:18. Welcome back to BT Vancouver. Thanks for joining us. A federal election could be triggered today by a confidence vote in the House of Commons. Joining us now is City News reporter from Ottawa, Xiaoli Li. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Mary.
So, Xiao, how did we get here? What's happening in the House of Commons today?
It has been a long road to get from there to here. Back in August, when the Liberals prorogued Parliament, the NDP and Conservatives alleged that they were trying to duck accountability on the We Charity scandal. You'll recall the committee hearings about We were ongoing at that time and really starting to heat up. And the Liberals said, of course, once Parliament comes back, committees can resume their work. Well, Parliament's back, and the committees that have tried to resume their work, Finance and Ethics, have seen the works gummed up by Liberal members who have been filibustering committee hearings, talking for extended periods of time about nothing in particular, just to make sure the meeting ends without any resolution. Opposition parties have had enough of that. The Conservatives now have a motion for an anti-corruption committee specifically tasked to investigate the We scandal and other government spendings. The Liberals, they object to the name, saying that if you have an anti-corruption committee, that's implicitly saying you have no confidence in the government. So they're saying that this is going to be a confidence vote. This afternoon in the House of Commons, the Conservatives will have a vote on their motion to see if a committee to investigate the We Charity scandal is formed. If that is formed, the Liberals say they're going to take that as a no-confidence vote and resign the government.
All right, just like you said in the commercial break, we're entering strange territory here. And just like we talked about weeks ago, this We scandal can't seem to escape the Liberals. Does it look like there's any way out of this, Xiao, any way to avoid a federal election? Because I'm assuming a lot of Canadians don't want to go to the polls right now.
And none of the federal leaders seem to want to go to the polls either. Everyone's blaming everyone else on this. The Conservatives, they've tabled an amendment to their motion saying they'll change the name. They don't care if it's called an anti-corruption committee as long as it does its work. And they've also tacked on an amendment that says this is not a confidence vote. We're kind of getting into shaky ground on that one because it's up to the minority government to decide what is and what isn't a confidence vote or not. That vote will happen this afternoon at noon Vancouver time. The NDP leader, Jagmeet Singh, he's also expected to speak at 1 o'clock, and it's expected that his party is having some talks with the Liberals right now to see if we can avoid this. Of course, the NDP did support the Liberals during the throne speech, but the NDP are pretty hacked off at the way the We committees have gone. Singh yesterday suggesting the Liberals still owe them some points that were made when negotiating the throne speech support. The Liberals themselves have offered to create their own investigatory committee, but opposition members, they're really not happy with the committee composition. Finance and Ethics committees, of course, have Liberal chairs, and the opposition have alleged that those chairs have helped gum up the works. The Liberals, they've really been accused of playing a lot of interference on this. Right before Parliament was prorogued, Finance Committee got 5,000 pages of documents dumped on their laps. So it's understandable that the opposition parties are not really happy with the way the Liberals have managed things to this point.
All right, Xiao, we will leave it there. And of course, we will be watching closely this afternoon, and you'll have more on this tonight on City News at 6. Thanks once again for joining us. Always great to see you.
Glad to be here.
All right, 7:22 now on